Love League One Volleyball.
Let's kick off week 8 of the inaugural League One volleyball season. Why don't we? We're in Houston at the Fort Bend County epicenter. Players arrived earlier. The great Haley Washington reading a book. Imagine that. Tonight, Love Houston takes on Love Salt Lake. Houston has won 6 of their last 7 overall, including being the champions of the Love Classic a couple of weeks ago. They're the regular season standings. They're 2 games back of Atlanta. Each team plays 16 matches, so we're about halfway through the season. Important to finish in the top 2, so you get a first-round bye in the Love Finals beginning April the 10th. And hi, everybody. Along with U.S. Olympian Nicole Branna, I'm Rich Burke. Houston right now is looking like the best team in this league.
They certainly are, and from what we've seen the last week or two, they have a deep bench and a lot of players that can step in and do the job.
Yeah, and they'll need that tonight. Jordan Thompson won't play. She's the reigning league player of the week, and she has that in large part because of what happens behind her and the passing and defense of Maddie Rischel.
Absolutely. Maddie Rischel is an elite player for this team. She is the heart of this team as well. She's a player that will rise up and challenge her team to play their best. She's got a heavy arm. She has amazing ball control. She doesn't come off the court at all. And for Salt Lake, you've got Heidi Casanova. Came off the bench last week and brought the fire. 17 kills for her team. Coach wants to build on that this week, and she's getting the nod tonight. Keep an eye on her. She's very hard to stop.
Yeah, those are 2 heavy arms right there. Let's have a look at our Adidas scouting report.
Salt Lake, they want to get better at the first contact, ball control, so they can run those middles, get things going on offense. And for Houston, focus on their side, taking care of the little plays, the coverage balls, the out of system, the free balls that come to them, and cleaning that part of the game up.
Yeah, and they have certainly done well in all facets of volleyball. Again, having won 6 of their last 7. The lone match in that stretch they didn't win was when Jordan Thompson didn't play last week against Austin. She is nursing something. We don't quite know what. They are being quite close-lipped about it, but she is not playing again tonight. Now Hancock teeing up by GD on the slide, and there was Heidi Casanova on the coverage. Ronnie Jones-Perry tools the block, and the first point goes to Salt Lake. There's their starting lineup. Casanova at opposite. No Skylar Fields. She played the first set of their match last week at Austin and then didn't play after that, as Casanova had the better match. And Kingdon Rischel going high hands, didn't get him, and it's 2-0 Love Salt Lake.
Well, and that's one of those plays I just talked about. It's a tough one coming from behind to get that one in, but keeping that ball in play to give your defense a chance.
Jordan Poulter, Olympic setter. Have a couple of Olympic setters here. Micah Hancock and Poulter, each on the last 2 teams. And Salt Lake with an early 3-0 lead.
And a nice close there. Tori Dixon, the middle for Salt Lake, getting over there, putting 2 hands up.
There's a starting lineup for Houston. And again, you will note that there is no Jordan Thompson. They have Anno Pogani back in at Libro. And there's the dump by Micah Hancock. And Hancock gets the first point for Houston. And as you might imagine, one of the best servers in the world will go back and do her thing right now. Watch what she does. It's a joy unless you're on the other end of it, and it's a nightmare. Little bit too long that time. For as powerful as she is, not that many service errors for Micah Hancock, but there was one there, and it's 4-1 Salt Lake.
Well, and that's one thing Salt Lake's coach, Tama Miyashiro, said is we've got to get her off the service line.
Got herself off the service line that time. Bottoms it, drops out of it for Ronnie Jones-Perry, but not fast enough. And so Maddie Kingdon Rischel will go back and serve. Salt Lake out of system. Still the back set to Casanova. Covered up nicely by Jones-Perry. There's Hoffman. She went cross-body, dug by Rischel. Free ball coming for Salt Lake. Lots of options for one of the best setters in the world. But a rejection by Amber Igidi. even right in the face of that swing, and after the set by Poulter.
It's definitely setting the tone with that block, that's for sure. And that is one of Houston's strength, is their middle blockers. They move well, they make good reads, and they get in front of the hitters and close.
Yeah, block solo by Igidi off the soft block there. Pogani there, the swing by Igidi, right back in the face of Pogani, coming off a quadricep injury off the soft block. Set by Jones-Perry, swing by Hoffman into the block of Polgatova and Igidi. Here's Polgatova from the right side, and she gets a kill. Karin Polgatova, the Slovakian, playing on the right side because neither Grace Froling nor the great Jordan Thompson are available.
That's right, and we weren't sure who was going to be in that position. She's had a little bit of experience, but not a lot, mostly an outside hitter.
Played a little bit of the right side with the Slovakian national team, and when playing professionally in France. This is Jess Merzik on the outside. Polgatova right there for the cover-up. Maddie Kingdon-Rischel out of the pipe. Dubbed by Kojima, but the overdig is out of play. Maddie Kingdon-Rischel flying out of the pipe.
I mean, what a rip by Rischel there in the back row. Love that they're getting that going right away. Many options.
Maddie Kingdon-Rischel, the championship match of the Love Classic. 10 kills, 12 digs. Had a big-time hammer for the next to last point of the championship against Atlanta. Polgatova going off speed. The pancake by Kojima. Ronnie Jones-Perry rolls it over. Some miscommunication there, but still kept alive by Hancock with a big smile on her face. And there comes Casanova, dug by Rischel. Hancock teeing up Merzik again on the outside. Boom! Down the line. Crossbody, but not in. And it's 5-5. And Tori Dixon will go back. Here's the pancake.
What a beautiful up there to keep it alive, and that's why she's one of the best. Kojima, the libero.
Not quite the pancake. There's Igidi straight down to the floor at 45 degrees. Wow.
And that's the tone that Houston wants to set, is pass well, get the middles going, so that Salt Lake blockers have to hold on them and then open up those outside pins.
Igidi, the player of the match in the Love Classic final, top middle blocker of the tourney, which was 2 weeks ago. Hoffman tools the block. There's Claire Hoffman, a third-year player out of Pleasant Hill, Oregon, at the University of Washington, turned 25 on Monday. She's playing it outside. Danny Drews on the bench. Maddie Haynes on the bench. Casanova's heavy serve right across the tape. Hancock, lots of options, and still they consolidate the block on Merzik. And how about that? Merzik swings right into the block of Washington and Poulter.
Yeah, good read from Washington of Salt Lake, the middle blocker. Bauer gets some sets, but not quite as much. Merzik's a go-to hitter, so lean towards that one, and it paid off.
Haley Washington missed the first 4 matches of the year and then was out recently with a calf injury. The overpass, and Washington takes care of business. One of the best middle blockers in the world, a founding athlete of Love, one of a selection of athletes that helped plan this league and invested in it as well, and the best middle blocker of the Tokyo Games 3.5 years ago. Here's Casanova, really enjoying her time in Salt Lake City, a budding photographer as well. Talked to her about that earlier. Hancock going outside to Merzik. That's over the top. The overdig. Hancock teeing up Polgatova, rejected by Hoffman. Excellent dig by Pogani. Back set on the slide. Haley Washington off the block and out of bounds. Haley Washington on the slide. 9-6 Salt Lake. Heidi Casanova will serve again. Lived a long time in Serbia when she was playing over there. Not sure if she'll go back after this season, if she'll stay in the United States. There's Polgatova off the soft block. Overhand dig by Ronnie Jones-Perry. Swing by Hoffman, dug by Pogani. Hancock outside. Merzik again into the block and down. Another rejection by Washington.
Well, Washington, wow, in that middle blocking position, bringing some experience, and as you mentioned, one of the best middle blockers in the world. Getting good reads and getting 2 blockers out there on Merzik, as they know the ball's going to go there if it's out of system and off. Not setting the middle as much in those situations.
Timeout taken by Houston.
Ali, I'm doing your hair so beautifully. Does that mean you forgive me?
I'll try. I mean, you were only
What was it, 2 hours late?
About 1 and 45 minutes.
It's okay. I've already told Dad. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell him.
You said forgive you. You didn't say don't tell anyone. So, pick one.
Okay, baby, let's go. You're done.
It's time to hoop anyways.
Yeah, not yet. I love you. So get them.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by the Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. Amber Igidi hopes to be there for the championship match, as does Micah Hancock. Representing H-Town, Jordan Thompson, also representing Houston, the reigning League Player of the Week for her work last week against Omaha.
I mean, she literally has been unstoppable these last few games. The Love Classic, as you mentioned, MVP. Last week, played 1 of 2 of their matches and still comes out with Offensive Player of the Week. She's just really doing a nice job. They set her in the front row, nice tempo, back row, you name it. No one's really been able to slow her down.
She certainly is a game changer, and they hope to have her back next week. Love Houston, after tonight, will play next Friday, March 7th at Atlanta. That'll be at LOVB.com and DAZN. And so they're down an Olympian in Jordan Thompson, and Salt Lake is up an Olympian in Haley Washington. 2 players who are game changers. Good pass that time by Rischel. Hancock going outside to Merzick. Over the top. Lunging play by Jones Perry. Back set to Casanova out of the back row. Bogani bump set. There's Merzick again. Second swing of the rally. Got dug by Kojima. Dig on the dime. Hoffman off the soft block. Lunging play by Rischel. Back outside to Merzick. Third swing of the rally. Pushes it down. She got dug amazingly by Kojima. Overhand dig by Hancock. Bogani again off the soft block. Our longest rally so far. Here comes Casanova. Dug off the soft block by Rischel. Fourth swing of the rally for Merzick. Dug again by Kojima. Here's Hoffman. Bogani with another dig. Polgatova, hard angle attack, and went wide. Lauren Polgatova, the Slovakian. That's our longest rally so far this match. They're the Olympians that are on these 2 rosters, 7 in total, including 4 for the USA. Thompson, Hancock, Poulter, and Washington all played each of the last 2 Olympics for Team USA. Gold in Tokyo, silver in Paris. Looking back at those Paris games, as you see the big serve by Casanova. Here comes Kingdom Rischel. Casanova with a dig. Jones Perry out of the back row. Pogani on the money. Pushed over by Bauer. Again, Jones Perry out of the back row. Ronnie Jones Perry with a big kill. But looking back at the Tokyo game, you think about, or the Paris games, you think about these players out here. Are they feeling any pressure? But remember, they lost in 5 to China in their first match. It was 15-13 in the 5th, and then they beat Serbia in 5, 17-15 in the 5th. The USA's Olympic dreams in Paris almost died right there, but they had that big win. So pressure out here? No, I don't think so.
That's right. You can't create that kind of pressure and having that experience. It was unbelievable following them and cheering them on.
Well, there's 4 players who are on the rosters, and there's Haley Washington over the top. Diving dig by Pogani. Polgatova blocked by Washington. We were talking about her earlier. Haley Washington coming off a calf injury. How much of a difference maker could she be? And the answer?
We're seeing it right now. These are some huge blocks, making excellent reads, following that ball and getting a double block out on these outside pins. And it's hard to beat at this level when you've got 2 blockers out there. So Salt Lake is setting the tone with their blocking right from the start.
8-0 run with Casanova at the service line for 7 of those points. Heaves a big sigh. Her jump serve. The overpass. It's put down by, guess who? Haley Washington.
Well, and those are two of the things that head coach Tama Miyashiro told us is we've got to serve tough, and we need our middle blockers who have experience to make some good reads and take risks. And right now, that's paying off for Salt Lake.
Yes, it is. And how about right in the face of her Olympic teammate, Micah Hancock? I tell you what,
Well,
I
you
would
just
love,
say thanks for the set.
I would love to get those two at a table and just watch a deep conversation kept alive by Hancock and by Bauer. Free ball coming though. Poulter. Hoffman covers it up herself. Second swing for Hoffman. Bogani and Rischel keep it alive, as does Polgatova. What a nice play. The crowd likes it. And there comes Hoffman. Third swing of the point. Claire Hoffman gets it done.
Salt Lake, you and I covered them last week, and so far already I see improvement in those opportunities that they're getting. Second, third chances, taking care of the ball, getting a good touch on the ball. So Jordan Poulter, their setter, is able to set wherever she wants.
Timeout taken. It is a 10-0 run for Salt Lake. Massimo Barbolini, the Houston head coach, 4 European Champions League titles, a couple of World Cups. Said he's had many adventures in this game, but he feels like this with League One volleyball may be his biggest. Right now, his team is on the south end of the 15-6 first set score. Pogani returning from injury, left quadricep injury, suffered in a collision in the Love Classic. But she has done nice work in this one despite the score, and Casanova will go back and serve again. Sadalota taking her first swing and coming up with a kill. Sadalota, the Sarnico, Italy native, 34 years old, the 14th year pro, finally gets Casanova off the service line and gets the side out for Houston.
Well, it was 6-10, Salt Lake up at that first time out, and she was then on the service line for 5 more points until Houston was able to stop it. So that's some impressive serving, and especially with that tough top spin to keep that in that many times.
Right. Now double sub coming in, Kaisa Olanko along with Julia Brown. Brown will play right side hitter. Again, they're without Froling and Thompson. Still alive after the joust. Brown coming up with a kill. Julia Brown. How about her? Brown, the Davidson, North Carolina native. And by the way, hello to Grandma Phyllis. Grandma Phyllis Patton watching from back in Asheville, North Carolina. Julia Brown's grandmother, and understand that she's under the weather, and we hope, Phyllis, that you feel better soon. Bump set by Kojima. Hoffman, hard angle attack, and goes wide.
And right now for Salt Lake, it's not letting Houston go on a run, get 2, 3, 4 points in a row, but right away getting this first contact that we talked about in being able to side out.
Salt Lake had an early 4-1 lead, and then Houston tied it, took the lead, and there's Haley Washington on the slide. She's good off 2 feet, good off 1 foot.
Just get that ball to her and she'll put it away. And that one there, Houston Bauer a little bit late, read it, but didn't quite get that outside hand pressed over to cut it off.
Hoffman serving. There comes Brown. Julia Brown making her presence known.
I mean, let's just say it's not easy to come off the bench. You're not exactly doing push-ups and jumping jacks over there the whole time, but you are when you get the call, a little warm-up to come in and get some big kills for her team when they needed it.
Now 16-10, Sadalota's serve, and it's a service error. 17-10 Salt Lake. Salt Lake 3-6. They win 1-1 in the Love Classic. Headed as the 4 seed and lost to 5 seed Austin on day 1. 2 weeks ago tomorrow, then beat Madison 3-1 in the 5th place match on Sunday. They've dropped 3 straight in the regular season, but Haley Washington returning from injury, and she has made a big-time difference. And again, Houston, without Jordan Thompson in this one, they're seeing something. They hope she's back next match. Jones Perry. Kaisa Olanko went for the pancake. The double contact over the net. And we have an 18-10 Salt Lake lead, and now Washington will go back and serve. I want to get Haley Washington and Micah Hancock in a conversation. 2 deep thinkers. I bet they could go on for hours and probably
days,
have.
perhaps.
Kingdon-Rischel off the block and out of bounds. Maddie Kingdon-Rischel with a kill, 18-11, side out Houston.
And this is the thing with this big of a lead for Salt Lake. It adds extra pressure for Houston from the service line. Bauer, who's at the service line right now, she had some big-time aces last week for their win.
I think 3 aces in that match, and no ace here, but she does have Salt Lake out of system. Jones-Perry still able to be terminal, able to better that ball. And Ronnie Jones-Perry. I saw a couple of matches earlier this year where she was their best or second best player. And then last week at Austin, didn't play much at all.
Well, and this is what Coach said. We're looking for that first touch, the good ball control. Jones-Perry, Hoffman, they bring that not only with the big heat from the outside, they also bring that ball control they're looking for.
Good coverage by Casanova there off the swing from Palgatova. And there's Igidi, and she has herself a kill. Her second kill of the match in 4 swings. Right now, Houston hitting just .020. Salt Lake hitting .250. Casanova high in the air, going high hands, getting it done.
I mean, she's such a smart player. She comes in, she takes a look at the court. That one attacking both athletes, high hands on that one, and too much to recover. Now back on the right side.
I wonder if Kimchi is watching. Katie Casanova's 6-month-old dachshund.
Perhaps. Hey, they say animals like you when you leave the TV on if you're not home, so maybe she's got it tuned on.
Hi, Kimchi. Hope you're well.
Look at this serve, another huge one. Salt Lake has really come out strong from the line.
Ronnie Jones-Perry goes to work again. That time the service error. Her team has a comfortable 9-point lead here in this first set. 8-point lead now, 21-13. And Maddie Kingdon-Rischel will go back and serve.
And for Houston, Jess Merzick, who started the match, is back in.
Palgatova. Palgatova Hancock likewise back in. There's the back set. The swing by Casanova. Excellent coverage by Kojima, as you might imagine. Hoffman, Kingdon-Rischel trying to keep it alive, and she does. That ball flying through the rafters just about. Casanova, that time nobody could dig it. That was a bullet from Haiti Casanova, the La Habana, Cuba native.
Well, you had Tori Dixon in the middle going behind as well. Take a look at this replay. Both athletes going back. Igidi has to hold number 3 in blue with the middle blocker, so that opened up that one-on-one situation for Casanova.
Combo play, and Palgatova going crossbody and getting a kill. And the other side, I could read Jordan Poulter's lips. She said, "My fault." Not happy with herself.
She won't let that happen again.
Amber Igidi serve. Diving play. Poulter kept it alive. One play after she was upset at herself. Palgatova to swing, and we had a net violation against Salt Lake.
And that was a break for Houston because, in my opinion, that was a free ball. Kingdon-Rischel a little bit tight on that pass. Of course, Hancock, being elite as she is, saves it.
Hoffman's pass on the money. Washington the front slide and gets rejected. That was a different play than we've seen for Salt Lake, but Houston read it well.
They certainly did, and Houston's middle blockers are very good at reading and making decisions.
Christina Bauer. Here's Casanova going for the high hands. Not that time. Point Houston, and 22-17. Overpass, Bauer got dug by Kojima. Hoffman, and we had a net violation against Houston, 23-17. Salt Lake 2 points away from taking set number 1 here in Houston.
And I like that aggressive swing from Hoffman. She's like, I'm not going to set anyone. I'm just going to take this one and rip it.
Why not, right?
Yeah, doesn't have to be on 3 every time.
Uh-oh, here comes Casanova again. Served him on a long run earlier, and you can see why. That's an ace for Heidi Casanova.
Well, and she's just showing us her range. She was cranking an angle on the last time she was at the line with her jump serve, and now that was straight down the line at Merzick. They're going to target her. She gets a lot of serves, Jess Merzick.
Set point. It's that time Kingdon Rischel. Houston out of system. Polgatova well off the net. Free ball for Poulter. Washington on the slide. Off the block of Bauer. Polgatova. And that's how it ends. Salt Lake takes set number 1, 25-17. That was a beatdown. Salt Lake with the addition of Haley Washington back in the lineup, a U.S. Olympian. And Houston without Jordan Thompson, a U.S. Olympian. And it's Salt Lake with a big-time win in set number 1. Is Haley Washington a difference maker? Yes, she is.
Well, she is certainly back and ready to go, that's for sure. Really impressed with the reads she's making. Good eye work and footwork, closing that block. Tough to get it by her. Not only that, though, she's working hard on offense. She has 4 kills already from that first set, getting up every single time, getting off the net and available, and that is one of the focuses that they had coming into this match tonight, because they know that Houston has been playing very well.
And she's coming out right now in favor of the Libero Manami Kojima. Haley Washington, best middle blocker in the gold medal winning Tokyo Games in 2021. And I'm surprised she's not looking at the camera right now. She seems to have a sixth sense when she is on the bench about when the camera's on her, she'll look toward it.
That's right.
She writes in a journal, and she told us that I mentioned this to her, and she said, well, evolutionary biology says there's something called gaze detection.
Okay, I'm going to see if she looks at us tonight over here.
I knew immediately I was dealing with somebody smarter than I am. There's an ace for Hancock.
Well, that's what Hancock does and why she's so dangerous at the line, although it hits the top of the tape, because it's so powerful, strong enough to just tick it right over. Those are tough ones to recover.
Powerful enough to sometimes take it down, I would think. Watch this again. Good pass by Jones-Perry, which is saying something. The overdig by Bogani up the swing by Dixon. Combo play, Casanova right into the antenna, off the block. Point Salt Lake, and we're even at 1. Now, one other thing about Haley Washington, a philosophy major at Penn State. And she's long out of college, but she's still writing an essay right now. She says it might turn into a research paper on issues surrounding women's sports. Here comes Kingdon Rischel. We got dug nicely by Poulter. The set by Casanova. A swing by Hoffman. There's Igidi. Block solo. Tori Dixon. Your fellow former Minnesota Golden Gopher, Nicole.
That's right. Go Gophers. Always fun to see fellow alum out here and doing well at this level, and beautiful front by Dixon and press on that one.
Not Jones-Perry's best there.
No, that toss just got a little bit too in front of her. That's the tough one with the jump serve. You got to have a nice, clean, controlled toss to be able to get on top of it.
Ready, Kingdon Rischel back to serve, 10th year pro, 32 on April the 10th, the day the Love final starts in Louisville. Hope you make your plans to be there. Bogani, the bump set. Here comes Merzick using the block.
Good approach. That set not all the way out to the pin for Merzick, but she does an excellent job getting her footwork there to the ball so she can have a high reach contact point.
One of the things I love about this sport, new set, reset, right?
That's right.
Houston lost big in that first set. There is Casanova off the soft block. Kingdon Rischel. And now Polgatova. Here comes Merzick. Block consolidates. Covered up by Pogani. Merzick again over the top. Lunging play by Hoffman. Swing by Casanova back in her face. A block by Amber Igidi.
Nice block from Houston. That's a tough one there for Casanova of Salt Lake. Kind of, again, that set coming from behind you, not really know where it is. Not seeing those hands in front of you trying to make a best play. I think she was trying to put that in the block and then have her team cover it, but just a little bit too strong there by Igidi.
Second block for Amber Igidi. Second year pro out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Played for Robin Amo at the University of Hawaii. There's Merzick. Casanova sends it over. Hancock goes outside to Merzick again, going for the high hands and got him.
These are the plays that I mentioned at the top of the show for Houston. That was a free ball opportunity. They nipped it in the bud right away, got the kill. They're not giving Salt Lake any chances to return it.
Casanova with a laser beam of a kill.
Well, she's not giving them any chances to return her spike. So,
Whoa.
and look out, because she's going back to the service line. Take a look here, Poulter. Momentum going forward, but beautiful set behind, and Casanova right in the middle of the seam of the block.
Served him on a long run in the first set. And we had a rotation violation called against Houston, and Micah Hancock coming over to get the explanation. And Houston has a look on the face as if to say, hey,
Hey, we've been playing this game a long time, but you know what? They do have a new player in there in the opposite position. So
okay,
we'll see. We'll see what happens. They're trying to sort it out here. But
Karin Polgatova on the right side. And now the explanation from the up official. Now, side to side, you don't need to overlap in love. Front to back, you do. And so that might be what Houston was confused about.
yep, everyone's taking a look at it. Looks like he's getting the thumbs up for possible
replay. Massimo Barbolini coming over, and he's saying replay the point. Jordan Poulter coming over and getting an explanation from the up referee. And he's going to go over to the scorer's table and explain what's going to happen. I suspect we have a replay point coming up.
Everyone's laughing. That's the bottom line. Keeping it light. Oh, there's the stare.
Yeah,
except
right.
Wasn't it us?
Thank
I thought
you.
it might have been, but it was.
Right.
Yeah,
no, it's
she
at the
knows.
camera. She knows. Gaze detection.
She's on Dana, our camera guy right there, one of the best in the business.
She told us earlier that there's such a thing as a sixth sense. Gaze detection. You said, hey, you know, if you stare at back at somebody's head long enough, they'll turn around and look at you.
I've been doing that too all night. You're not looking at me.
Oh, I know you are. Right. Haley Washington, who told you, such a deep thinker and just loves reading and loves writing as well. Yeah, yeah, that's Haley from the last game. She is absolutely hilarious. What a fantastic person and a great representative for USA Volleyball. Three-time All-American at Penn State. And the head coach there, Katie Schumacher-Colley, had Haley speak to her team prior to this year's NBA Finals. She told them, don't leave anything out on the court. And they won.
And here's what I love. You asked her earlier today about her journal. Okay, looks like we have a call.
I guess we'll know what happens when they change the score. Right now, 5-4 Salt Lake. This is taking longer than any discussion I've seen in Love. Typically, these happen very quickly. Challenges and such with the Hawkeye technology, the 40 cameras in the building. It happens fast. This one, not so much. And getting an explanation from the down official. Tell you about that in a moment. In the meantime, tomorrow, Madison and Omaha. That will be at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, 7 o'clock Central. Then Saturday, Madison will be at home against Austin. They'll play back-to-back matches. Saturday will be the doubleheader. LOVB.com and the Women's Sports Network. So the down official told us that the tablet had them out of rotation when in fact they weren't. So the information he was looking at was wrong, and so he called it wrong. Houston said, wait a minute, we weren't out of rotation. And so they ended up replaying the point, and Salt Lake won it anyway. And here comes Hoffman. At a service error for her. 6-5 Houston in the second. Jones Perry, dug back Pogani. Free ball coming over from Merzick. That's Washington on the slide, and Washington with a kill.
An angle kill right at your computer, Rich.
She very nearly
Is it
killed
on the
my
fritz
laptop.
now?
Very near. I've seen that happen. Thank heavens, no. Very nearly.
Already 5 kills for Washington total this match tonight. 2 blocks.
I'm glad she didn't have a 6th. Kaisa Olanko, Swedish setter, and for Hancock. She bump sets Rishel for her second swing at this point. Poulter. And that's out of the back row, Claire Hoffman. Claire Hoffman doing her thing. Excellent passer. Teammates tell her that she's calm and consistent. She considers that the biggest compliment. likes a faster set, which is the way Poulter likes to do it. Poulter told her when they got together in early November, when everybody showed up, tell me what you need. Huffman admitted being initially intimidated by Poulter, but found out that Jordan's really approachable.
That's awesome. Yeah, with Poulter's experience and all her accolades, I can see that. But at the end of the day, Jordan Poulter is one of the best setters in the world. So, of course, she wants to figure out what her hitters need and want to make her team be the best they can.
Washington out. Christina Bauer, 2024 Olympian for France, will serve for Houston. Pass on the money. Dixon on the slide. Pancake by Alanko. Swing by Kingdon Rushell. Dug by Kojima. She is something else. Jones Perry high in the air. She goes long on that one.
When Kojima, the libero for Salt Lake, digs the ball, she just absorbs it in her body. The power is coming. It's really awesome to watch.
And it is. Good pass by Hoffman. That's her thing. And
wow.
there's a swing by Jones Perry.
I mean, Jones Perry just elevated so high and was on top of that ball, hitting it straight down. She's like, I don't care if there's two people up on me right now. I'm going right through you.
I have a note here. Said that she's good even on a well-formed block, and she just showed that. There's Kingdon. Kojima all the way under the net after popping that one up, and she had to run all the way out around the stanchion. Lunging play by Merzic. Bump set Pogani. Swing by Kingdon Rushell. Kojima is everywhere. Jones Perry over the top. Kept alive by Kingdon Rushell and Igidi and Pogani, and Igidi puts it down. I tell you what, they ought to give Kojima a half point anyway
yes.
for what she did.
She is all over the place, giving her team these chances. I mean, I'm so impressed with her defense. These are very powerful hits, and she is just, like I said, absorbing them and giving some just beautiful passes to Jordan Poulter.
One of the Olympians, one of the 7 Olympians on the floor in this match. 2024 Olympian for Japan. Japanese went 1 and 2, didn't make the knockout stage. Look at that pass, right on the money. Look at that block by Igidi, back in the face of Heidi Casanova. 10-8, Houston in the second.
Well, Amber Igidi, the middle blocker for Houston that's up right now. She has been a very consistent player for this team, and really her blocking has taken off. She is doing such a nice job. Gets up so high, presses those hands over.
Salt Lake out blocking Houston. Second service error of the match for the great Micah Hancock. 10-9 Houston. This is just Houston's 3rd home match. They were home January 9th and 10th, and not again till now. They'll play 4 of their next 7 at home, including tonight. Service error for Jones Perry, so the two teams trade errors at the service line.
Well, that's, again, that toss is just getting a little bit too in front of her, not able to get on top of it, so her arm's low, going to the bottom of the net.
Back set to Casanova. The quick to Igidi, who sends it quick to the floor.
I don't know if anyone was expecting that set, but love the aggressive middle set to Igidi, and she elevates and gets over the block for that big kill.
Houston trying to send this even at a set apiece. 12-9, they lead the second set after losing the first set big. This is a different story. Second set action. It's 12-9 Houston. They dropped the first set 25-17.
Houston's made some better swings and keeping those errors down. That first set, Salt Lake's block was on fire, really shutting down Houston's hitters, but Houston has made some adjustments this set, tooling the block more. And Micah Hancock, you see right there on the screen, one of the top setters in the world, moving it around so well.
And there she is. She has a tattoo, and this tattoo came back on New Year's Eve 2021. Anima in Italian means soul. In Jamaica, it means being able to tell about a person by looking into their eyes. It also means getting back to the love of volleyball. She was burned out after the Olympic gold medal in 2021, and that tattoo has really helped her. And she says when she's feeling feisty, she'll draw an L at the end.
I like it. It's interchangeable.
Right. She is an animal on the volleyball court. There's Ajidi. Another block for her.
Well, it seems like Houston took a little page out of the playbook from set number 1 of Salt Lake and got their blocking going as well.
Corey Dixon getting a kill. Getting one back for Salt Lake. 13-10 Houston. And Dixon will go back and serve. Good read blocker, good server, good all-around middle. Three-time ABC All-American at Minnesota. Here comes Merzick. Hoffman. Off the block and out of bounds. And Claire Hoffman with another one for Salt Lake. That's her 6th kill in 23 swings.
And here's a big play out of system. Hoffman moving way inside the court so she can get a high arm swing. Pays off.
Aberajidi, 1v1. Able to use the block and get a kill.
A little bit under that serve, just going long.
She comes out. Anna Pogani comes in. And here's Casanova at the service line again. Great work in that first set. Serve him to a long run. Hancock has to go outside to Merzick. Shooting for the high hands. Doing the job. 15-12 Houston.
Yeah, Jess Merzick. I mean, she's coming hot off a national championship with Penn State. One of the top outside hitters in the country and just making this transition to the pro level. I asked her last week, like, how's it been? And she's like, well, I can't always go up and just hit it as hard as I want any set. Sometimes I gotta just set it over in a tough spot for a team to give them a little bit of trouble. But she's doing a nice job with those high swings.
She said Massimo Barbolini told her, free ball to the setter or the opposite if you can't, not in a spot where you can take a big swing. Here comes Hoffman. Bauer on the slide. Lunging play by Casanova. Kojima keeps it alive. Hancock with options. It's Bauer back in her face off Ronnie Jones-Perry. 15-14 Houston.
And once again, Kojima, quick reaction, not the first dig, but keeping it alive for her team. And right here, Ronnie Jones-Perry, look at that late reach with the left hand. Oh, it's so fun. Swat those back.
Merzick high in the air. Dig on the dime from Jones-Perry. She goes back, takes a swing. There's a pancake by Paul Gatova. Salt Lake evens it up at 15 here in this second set. And timeout taken by Love Houston.
Salt Lake's got the momentum. They have done a nice job taking care of business. These rallies are much shorter. They're not letting them extend like longer and longer. They're taking care of the ball on the touch. Jordan Poulter able to set those middles, and the outside pin hitters that are on the outside of the net are having more opportunities with one block.
And Amber Ajidi of Houston, she's got 3 blocks of her own. Also 5 kills and hitting .500.
Definitely fronting the block well. Her blocking is on point, whether it's closing it, a one-on-one. She's making good reason. Look at the elevation and reach and power on these attacks. She works so hard. You can see the fire in her eyes when she's out there on the court, trying to pump up her team and get things going.
Same birthday as Love. Turned 24 on January the 8th. Same day the league had its inaugural match. Jones-Perry, lunging play by Polgatova. Poulter on the back set to Washington. Kingdon Rischel unable to dig it. That's into the second row. Salt Lake with a lead here in the second. So the tide has turned here in this second set. Haley Washington playing. Jordan Thompson, fellow Olympian for Houston, is not. Washington's now taken 10 swings, has 6 kills, no attack errors, got blocked once, also has a couple of blocks herself.
She is definitely making a big difference here for Salt Lake.
And that goes wide.
Salt Lake trying to attack the line with Maddie Kingdon Rischel up for Houston, trying to attack that outside hitter that have to pass and then go and hit the ball.
Swing out of the back row by Casanova, but goes long. Was she trying to hit the back line there, or was she trying to hit
I think
high
she was
hands?
trying to just, yeah, not high hands. I think she was just going for it, trying to get on top of it, but it looked a little bit low.
All right, nobody even there. Here comes Kingdon Rischel. Dig on the dime from Hoffman. Second swing for Ronnie Jones-Perry. The 28-year-old from West Jordan, Utah. Jones-Perry coming up with a big kill.
I mean, back-to-back swings. She had 3 swings in that rally alone. Look how she just gets on top. Her arm's not even all the way back, and she has so much power on that swing. And head coach Tama Miyashiro said this is one thing they also wanted to focus on, was the speed of their offense to get the Houston block separated.
Jess Merzick.
She's like, I want a part of this back row business.
Wow. Didn't need a ladder. And she was flying through the air. Here comes Christina Bauer with Houston back on top, 18-17. Back and forth we go in this second set, and it's an ace for Bauer. She had 3 last week for Houston, and they went over Omaha.
Yeah, I love her serve. She has a good hand on the ball, good contact, and it just drops right in front of you. You think it's going right at you, and at the last minute takes a dive.
Yeah, Salt Lake needs to get her off the service line. Post haste. There's Jones-Perry trying to do that with a wrist away. And it's 19-18. Side out Salt Lake.
I would like to know Jones-Perry vertical, because she is really getting up there in that angle. Very sharp.
All-American at BYU, is a senior in 2018. Kaisa Olanko going to back set. And Polgatova, or rather Brown, off the block and out of bounds. There's Julia Brown.
Last week against Austin, Brown had 4 kills, 2 digs.
3 kills in this one, and she'll go back and serve. 8th-year pro out of NC State. Casanova high in the air off the soft block. Rischel was there. Brown. Pancake by Kojima. Casanova using the block. Haiti Casanova makes it 20-19. Side out again for Love Salt Lake.
Well, Kojima is just all over the place. Look at this. Pancake, lifting it up. Poulter able to bump set it up to Casanova high enough. And this is, Haiti Casanova is such a smart player. Last week I was impressed with her play. She comes in, doesn't have to crush it every time, but sees the block and knows exactly what to do.
Mary Lake into serve and play some defense. And there's Tori Dixon with a block that evens it at 20 apiece. Mary Lake back serving, 2nd-year pro out of BYU. After college 5 years ago, she didn't give strong consideration to playing as a pro. She told the Deseret News that she knew that the big overseas contracts didn't go to Libros, so she went to work in Salt Lake City as a CPA for Cooper Savis. Had her son Tommy late in the spring of 2023. And that was off the antenna, and Mary Lake doing her thing, and they have a 21-20 lead. And last winter, Mary Lake began coaching 16-year-olds at Club V, of course a Love affiliated club, and it sparked her desire to play again. She contacted the league and they said, yeah, we need a Libro, and here she is serving at a critical moment after not having played really for 5 years. High hands, and there's going to be a challenge coming, I think. Merzik thought she got him, and we'll have a challenge, and we'll see.
Well,
that's a great story about Mary Lake.
It is. I wanted to comment on that about just not having played for a while, but that is the dream now here that these athletes have. To play in the USA, to play at the highest level professional is just incredible and worth it to put in the work to get back here and play at this level.
Yeah, that hit.
Looks like a touch there, wiggling fingers, and the crowd is happy. Hard to get away with a touch anymore with this.
You can't get away with anything anymore, can you?
Nope.
Ties, 7 lead changes this set. Dixon terminal, and Hancock couldn't dig it.
Getting the middles involved was one of the focuses here tonight, to spread the offense, and Jordan Poulter's doing an excellent job on no matter what she's getting it to the middles. They're working hard, getting available.
Good pass by Kingdon Rischel, just over by Igidi, maybe a bit of mistiming there. Casanova off the block and out of bounds. And Salt Lake 2 points away from taking the first 2 sets in Houston. Timeout taken by Houston. Again, they're playing without Jordan Thompson. No specific word why. She played 1 of 2 matches last week. Did participate in their serve and pass today. She's on the right of your screen in the sweats. And a great player for USA Volleyball. We hope that she's back for their next match next Friday, a week from tomorrow.
You can see Coach was kind of signaling to the high touches, but get those hands low and over the net on the block, because Salt Lake's doing a nice job tooling.
They're the career kills leaders in the NCAA. Jordan Thompson, 7th all-time, but she's #1 in the rally scoring 25-set era, which began in 25-point era, which began in 2008. Here comes Jess Merzik. Wow, kept alive incredibly by Mary Lake. And it results in another point for Salt Lake, and they got set point coming up. Talking about Jordan Thompson being 7th all-time in kills and 1st in the rally scoring 25-point set era. Well, you extend things down a little bit. 17th all-time in kills is my broadcast partner, Nicole Brana.
I don't know if I was hitting this hard back then.
Igidi. And she goes wide, and that's it. And Salt Lake has taken the first 2 sets, a come from behind in the second set.
I mean, they have come out from point #1, blocking, serving. Last week we covered them against Austin. Went on some runs. They have totally changed that this week. This is a different team that we're seeing. Good energy, and they are on fire. Can Salt Lake close it in 3, or is Houston going to make a comeback?
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by the Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us, won't you? April 10th, 11th, and 13th in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. And there is a tour of all the NCAA champions who are in uniform or on the bench tonight, including Tama Miyashiro in the middle, second from the right there. Great libero for Washington, and then later on for Team USA, won a silver in London in 2012. But that Washington team, with Courtney Thompson as setter, Tama Miyashiro as libero, remains the only team in NCAA history to sweep their way through the entire tournament. They never lost a set.
That was an impressive run, really fun team to watch, and an incredible program at Washington. Right now, Salt Lake is on a roll. They have come out from point number one, set the tone with their service pressure, their blocking. Jordan Poulter right there on the screen doing a nice job of distribution, getting everyone involved.
Bottom dropped out of that. And it's an ace for Poulter. 1-0 Salt Lake here in the third as they go for a sweep. And by the way, Courtney Thompson, of course, Washington beat Nebraska, and she teases Jordan Larson
I'm sure
about that relentlessly. There's another Jordan Poulter. Jess Merzick. Casanova. Two teams have switched sides. We get a close-up look at Heidi Casanova and her power. Well, there's Karin Polgatova getting one back for Houston. Polgatova, the Slovakian, playing on the right side because they have no Jordan Thompson. They have no Grace Froling. Thompson, of course, fantastic player, MVP of the Love Classic. But Grace Froling has also been putting in good work at opposite, and they're without her as well. Off speed by Polgatova, lunging play by Jones Perry, bumps head Poulter, swing Casanova. Igidi digs it, Rischel keeps it alive. Lots of options for the best setter in the world, Poulter. She goes to Casanova, back in her face, off the hand of Polgatova. Jones Perry. Bumps head by Igidi, swing by Merzick, hard angle attack, and not even Manami Kojima can dig it.
That's probably one of the only digs we've seen her miss. That was a very sharp angle from Merzick there. Look at her, she's thrilled. That was a long rally. When you're out there going back and forth for this long, you just want to be the one to put that ball down.
I guess even Brady lost a Super Bowl, right? Even Mariano Rivera blew a save. Even
True.
Manami Kojima can't dig everything,
Good
even though it
point.
seems like she can. Igidi comes out, Pogani back in as the libero for Houston, and Ronnie Jones Perry will serve. That toss was that in front of
looked
her
better,
again?
but just struggling with, but the swing took a little bit off at that time, so trying to make the different adjustments, just not getting that top swing going right now.
Maybe the toss was better, but she was tentative?
Yes, exactly. You read my lips.
Okay. Tori Dixon goes wide, and it's 4-2 Houston.
Trying to go crossbody on that one, but just a little bit too much. But again, the middles they've been running the middles for Salt Lake, and it's been paying off, so they're going to keep going to that.
Here comes Casanova, well off the net. Dug by Polgatova. By Kingdon Rischel. She got dug. Now Jones Perry. Off the shoulder. Ronnie Jones Perry. Polgatova couldn't dig it.
Claire Hoffman cutting that one off and giving a nice set with the back row attack. Jones Perry.
She has 7 kills and 18 swings, hitting .360. And too long for Tori Dixon. Houston had a lead early on in the second set, but Salt Lake came storming back. Houston has a win by reverse sweep earlier this year. How they're going to have to do it today if they're going to win at home. Overdig out of bounds. Merzick couldn't handle the heat from Casanova. 5-4 Houston.
They haven't been able to slow her down, and like I said, she's a smart player. If she's not coming up with a big swing, she's tooling off the block and just putting it in good spots.
That toss very high. And a service error for Casanova. Again, back in the first set, she served them on a long run. It's either 9 or 10 points. And here comes Christina Bauer. Poulter went for the dump. Polgatova, nice work to read it. Likewise, Merzik. Poulter, though, has lots of options. And she goes to Washington on the slide, hard angle attack, and that time didn't get it done. Rare attack error for Haley Washington. That's her first attack error in 11 swings. Big swing by Hoffman. Incredible job to keep it alive, but that ball was on the other side of the antenna. Nothing Merzik could do. Maddie Kingdon-Russell doing everything she could.
She was. What a hustle.
I thought she was going to end up on our broadcast table.
I think she was trying to do a little shout out. Not able to keep that one though, but right now Salt Lake just putting the pressure on.
Kingdon-Russell blocked. Haley Washington and Jordan Poulter. That ball was down.
I have a sense we're going to see a challenge because we're pretty close here, and I was giving you the in call there.
Right.
But we'll see how good my eyes are.
No, your eyes are good. I saw it too. That ball was in. There are no line judges here because of the Hawkeye technology and the quick resolutions to these things. Each team given 2 challenges per set, and if you keep the challenge, if you win the challenge, you get to keep it. And the FIVB Rules Committee is monitoring League One volleyball, we're told. Things such as the relaxed substitution rules, maybe these challenges, and they want to see what effect it has on the game. A 15-second service clock.
If you say in, let's hear it.
And the point goes to Salt Lake. Yeah, that ball was in. And now Claire Hoffman will serve with her team down 7-5. Former Washington Husky. And that one goes wide.
You can see some of the players back and forth. They know each other so well. They're kind of like razzing each other, you know, like, yeah, that's right, my block was in. But then Kingdon-Russell will expect, like, well, that serve was out.
That's 11 service errors for Salt Lake despite the lead, and 4 of them coming in this set alone. Ronnie Jones-Perry going cross court toward the back corner.
Yeah, Houston up very shallow on defense there, and Ronnie Jones, she elevates so high, she just tagged that corner pocket. Take a look, defense in, and she's like, okay, I'll just go it, put it deep, get that last couple inches of the court.
Now Haley Washington to serve. Skip right over the top of the tape. Hancock dialing up Kingdon-Russell. Dixon back in the face of Igidi. Kingdon-Russell again, blocked by Tori Dixon. We're even at 8.
You can see Dixon going up on that one. Just a nice little touch over, gets back to the middle, gathers herself, makes a good read to close that one with Jones-Perry on the outside.
Sadaloda, the native of Italy, is checked back in for Houston as Haley Washington, the great Olympian, serves it away. The overpass. Back outside to Jones-Perry. Pogani able to dig her. Here comes Polgatova on the left side. Poulter and Dixon there on the block. Polgatova, another swing from the left side. It trickled over the net. Outside to Jones-Perry's third swing of the point, and we have a net violation against LOVB Houston.
I love Salt Lake's communication as well right now. They're kind of like calling it early, looking at each other. From covering them last week, it felt like more of an urgency, rushed play, and this week it feels like a lot more calmer and communication going on.
Igidi, and Casanova couldn't dig it. Quick pass,
The no-looky cookie comes in one way, turns it back the other. Gotta be ready when she goes up to swing.
Right.
Take a look, comes in the angle and just cranks it back.
The no-looky cookie. I think I told you last week I was going to steal that, right?
All right, well, I took it back.
Okay.
Two.
All right. Here's Casanova. Haiti Casanova well off the net, still terminal. 10-9 Salt Lake. Houston again playing just their third match at home, the first since January 9th and 10th when they were home on consecutive nights. A win and a loss. Merzick got dug by Hoffman. Jones Perry springing high in the air and going high hands. It's 11-9, Love Salt Lake. It's a different Salt Lake team than the one that finished 5th in the Love Classic. Now it goes long, 11-10.
Salt Lake with all 3 hitters stacked on the left side of the court. So good idea to serve that way. We got the middle blocker, Tori Dixon, kind of coming right off. In that one, that was a smart serve to go short, kind of in that little chaotic section. See Dixon telling her teammate, that's my bad, I got it.
Third ace of the match for Houston. Salt Lake has 4. Poulter going to Tori Dixon. Here comes Merzick. Polgatova, hard angle. Casanova read it well. Poulter teeing up Jones Perry. There's Casanova again. Poulter back to Casanova, who ends that rally, and it's 12-11 Salt Lake. Well, Salt Lake looking for a sweep here in Houston. Houston's been the hottest team in the league, but they're playing without Jordan Thompson. Salt Lake has dropped their last 3 in the regular season, but they lead 2-0, and they have a 12-11 lead in the third. More coming up from the Fort Bend County epicenter.
You're doing your hair so beautifully. Does that mean you forgive me?
I'll try. I mean, you were only, what was it, 2 hours late?
About 1 and 45 minutes.
It's okay. I've already told Dad. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell him.
You said forgive you. You didn't say don't tell anyone. So, pick one.
Okay, baby, let's go. You're done.
It's time to hoop anyways.
Yeah, not yet. I love you. So get them.
Let's have a look at our Adidas scouting report, revisit it. And first of all, Salt Lake, side-out percentage 56%. Ball control has been good.
It has. They've been handling the ball. They're able to run those middles and get that established, which holds Houston's block a little bit longer, opening up those outside pin hitters to have some more one-on-one attacks. And I like how they came out strong from the line as well. But this ball control, I think, is on point. For Houston, not doing as well on those crisp plays. I think not taking care of business as they wanted to and making those differences and capitalizing when they have the opportunity. In the long rallies we're seeing, Salt Lake's coming out on top.
Their passing has been significantly better than what we saw last week, and I think what they've seen in their recent losing streak. There's Mary Lake coming in to serve and play defense for Salt Lake. Had some great moments in that second set. Now a mom, again her son Tommy, born in the spring of 2023. She says volleyball used to be her grind time, and she relaxed at home, and now it's the other way around.
I relate with that.
I bet you do.
Got on the plane yesterday, I'm like, oh, I can take a deep breath.
Bauer, back in the face of Hancock. The set by Loda, the swing by Merzic, dug by Kojima. Jones Perry, punched by Polgatova, and Hancock to keep it alive. Katie Casanova doing her thing.
I mean, even on her way down on that swing, she's still able to get the kill. And again, I just think she's a very smart player out here, making the right decision. Does not get blocked a lot. Tooling the block or putting it right by the block.
Last played for the Cuban national team in 2018. Houston gets one back. Jess Merzic. It's 12-11 Salt Lake. Casanova now 9 kills. Jones Perry has 10. And Kaisa Alanko will come in and serve and set. I said Sweden earlier. I apologize. She's from Finland. Set Houston to a win in the first round of the Love Classic. Micah Hancock out. Jones Perry high in the air, finds a seam in the block. Pardon me, that was Claire Hoffman, and not Ronnie Jones Perry.
We are saying both names a lot tonight. These outside are doing some good work, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hoffman now with 8 kills, Casanova 10, and Jones Perry 10. Coulter going to Hoffman, cross body. Rolling dig by Loda. Swing by Brown. Got dug by Dixon. Going down to the floor for that one. A nice dig by Loda again off the swing from Hoffman. The joust goes Salt Lake's way. We had a net violation. And so it's 13-11. Salt Lake going for a sweep on the road.
Well, a good serve from Dixon. Took a little bit off it the last couple times at the line. Missed it long. Kept that one in. Not only that, but gets a huge dig there and left back. Keeping him alive.
And now they got the score bug correct. It's 15-12. They had it incorrect in the building as well. And there was a timeout taken by Massimo Barbolini and Houston. Now down 3 in this third set. What does Houston have to do to stem this tide and turn things around?
Well, they're not able to slow Casanova down, number one. She's doing whatever she wants, win the blocks up or not. And the service pressure is not as tough as I think they'd like it. Salt Lake's playing well in the side-out game, and Jordan Poulter, the Salt Lake setter, is doing a really nice job moving the ball around, getting the back row involved, the middle's very involved. So I think it's, again, focus on their side, take 1 point at a time.
There's Jordan Thompson, again, 7th all-time in NCAA kills, and my broadcast partner Nicole Brana, 2,379, 17th all-time now. I think I checked last year, and you were 16th. So you're falling down the list a little bit.
I know. Well, you know what? Things are meant to be broken, and people climbing up the ranks. So congrats to all the athletes out there.
And again, Jordan Thompson is number 1 all-time in the rally scoring 25-point set era for her career at the University of Cincinnati. She had Tommy John surgery, the baseball pitcher's surgery, back in 2017. And she told me earlier today that when she was out that entire year, that it really helped her focus on the game. She learned so much. She said it was a blessing that she missed that year. She's so much a better player than if she hadn't had to sit and learn.
Yeah, because you're actually watching things in a different way. I think sometimes to slow down, take a beat, and you do learn a lot. And when you come back, I think you also appreciate it a lot more too as well, because you miss some time. And how do you handle that adversity and come back a stronger player?
In the meantime, Houston's going to have to learn how to win without her, at least in this match. Merzic, Haley Washington left for blocking out of bounds, upset with herself, unable to press that one back into play.
Here's what I love though about Salt Lake too. If they make an error like not getting that block, they're not hanging their heads and like, ugh, woe is me. It's like, okay, next play, we got this. The energy is still high.
Cross body, Loda, and goes long. 16-13, Love Salt Lake. So Houston searching for answers. And right now they got to search for an answer to Katie Casanova's powerful serve. That'll go in the books as an ace. And Loda's like, wait a minute. It didn't hit the antenna. The down official said it hit the antenna. Massimo Barbolini coming out for an explanation.
Take a look at our replay and our good camera here. Doesn't look like that antenna moved at all.
Didn't hit the net. Didn't hit the antenna.
Tough calls. That ball was going pretty tight.
Yeah, he might have thought it hit the net on this side of the antenna. And a challenge for Houston.
Good thing we have the Hawkeye camera. Take a closer look.
And the point stays with Salt Lake. Ball hit the net on this side of the antenna. Didn't hit the antenna itself.
No movement from the antenna, but yep, on the other side of it.
And so 17-13 Salt Lake. Houston trying to figure out some way to turn around this onrushing train. But right now it's in the person of the powerful serve of Heidi Casanova. Took a little bit off that one. Olgatova dubbed by Casanova, kept alive incredibly by Kojima, Poulter, and Lake. Alanko teeing up Bauer, hard angle attack and goes wide. That was an incredibly hard-earned point by Salt Lake.
The reaction time, too, of Kojima on the dig. She's just in the right spot at the right time, making those good reads.
Right, it was in a pinball machine, and Poulter and Lake were also there. Here comes Casanova again. Up on a Cuban native, that one into the tape. That serve notwithstanding, she has done excellent work at the service line tonight. These two teams affiliated, as all Love clubs are, Love Pro clubs with Love Junior clubs. Salt Lake, Old Clubs is Club V. Other players grew up playing for Club V. Danny Drews for one. Houston, of course, affiliated with Houston Skyline, #1 club in the country. And a big swing by Hoffman. Julia Brown. Good coverage by Merzic. Loda, and there's Amber Igidi. Igidi's been a bright spot for Houston.
She certainly has. She's ready, alert to take the chance when she gets it. That one a kill. And this is what Salt Lake, they need to kind of stop this run right away. They don't want to get more 3-4 points in a row.
When you
Beautiful turn.
When you see a chance, take it. Steve Winwood, right?
That's right.
Love that song.
Another solid pass from Mary Lake.
Casanova covers it up herself. Hoffman covers it up herself. Here's Casanova again. What an incredible play by Julia Brown. And Loda finds the high hands.
And a good time right now, in my opinion, to call a timeout. Slow things down. You don't want that momentum, which has shifted to the side of Houston to steamroll.
18-17 Salt Lake. And Love Salt Lake and Tama Miyashiro take a timeout.
Out of system play, high set. Loda does a nice job coming in, feet there, and yep, goes for those high hands.
Loda's hometown, Sarnico in Italy, in the province of Bergamo, the Italian region of Lombardy, northeast of Milan. Her teammate, Raffaella Folli, middle blocker, out with an injury.
And right now it's one touch at a time here for Salt Lake. Again, going back to that good contact. Mary Lake in the middle has been giving some very nice passes off this serve.
She, Hoffman, and Kojima in serve receive. Lunging receive by Hoffman. Hoffman with the swing after receiving the serve. Loda. Igidi. Wow, what a great set by Kaisa Alanko. And Igidi pays it off. We're tied at 18.
Well, I like that out to the outside coverage and then a quick fast tempo set. to Igidi. Look at her, how far off the net. She's getting ready. Set me the ball. And she is taking care of business.
This good crowd is dying for something to cheer for. Good pass by Lake. Washington on the slide. Not quite the window she wanted. Casanova, Pancake said she popped it up. She's pretty confident of it.
She's looking over to Coach Casanova like, we need to challenge that one.
And they are. So if it's successful, this would be a replay point. So if any part of the ball hits the ground, it's down. And that ball's down.
Looks like it. Well, with this close of a set right now, sometimes you take that risk.
Point Houston. 19-18 Love Houston. Salt Lake came up big in these moments in the second set. What will happen here? Good pass by Mary Lake Poulter to Washington on the slide. Rattles around. And point Salt Lake. We're back even at 19. Haley Washington.
And that one a little bit faster slide, which is that back set to Washington. Better connection than the one before. It seemed a little bit high for her that she had to shove that one down, but having that experience playing together, they know what they like.
They know what they like indeed. Here comes Hoffman. Good pass by Merzick. The quick to Igidi, the kill. Side out Houston. At a 20-19 lead, trying to stave off a sweep.
I mean, Igidi is keeping this Houston team's heart beating. They have got to win this one. It's whoever wins 3 sets first. Salt Lake up 2-0, so Houston's got to really fight back and get these next 3 if they want to win this match.
Here comes Micah Hancock. Right person, right time, and it's an ace. One of the best servers in the world puts her team up 21-19. Talk about threading one in.
Seriously, down the line, corner pocket.
Watch how high this toss goes. Boom. Salt Lake out of system. Poulter trying to get that side out. Goes to Jones Perry and gets the job done.
Well, she has that deep angle down. She really elevates and is hitting that deep angle last few inches of the court, and they're not stopping that.
We saw one Olympian, Micah Hancock, at the service line. Here's another, Haley Washington.
And an ace for Haley Washington. Wow.
How about that? Haley Washington. Washington said growing up to fund her club career, she sold candles, gift cards, and candy bars. She said she knew of no teammates who had to raise funds like that. Said her club provided generous financial assistance, but that's a big thing for Love as they want to serve underserved communities. There's Igidi, rejected by Tori Dixon. Salt Lake now back in front.
You can see Jordan Poulter just hugging Dixon like, oh yeah, they're still hugging it out. What a crucial block at the right time and trying to shift that momentum back to Salt Lake.
22-21 Salt Lake looking for a sweep. Back and forth we go. And look at the blocking numbers
10
for Salt Lake.
blocks for Salt Lake and 4 for Houston. I mean, the blocking for Salt Lake tonight has been such a huge factor and a huge difference.
Love Houston hitting just 110 in this match. And Salt Lake hitting 260. So that'll also tell you how things are developing in the net. Houston still with a shot, though. They need the side out right now. And I mean they need it on this point, Nicole.
Absolutely.
Haley Washington with other ideas. Good pass by Pogani. Igidi back in her face. There's Dixon and Poulter on the block. And Salt Lake is 2 points away. This will be a big win for this team. They're 3-5. Each team will play. Or they're 3-6. Each team will play 16 matches during the regular season. And Salt Lake get to match point. Polgatova, another rejection.
I mean,
12 blocks for Love Salt Lake.
Unbelievable. What a beautiful setup there for Poulter. Tori Dixon, she is making the read and closing that block. There is nowhere for Houston to go right now.
Incredible player, Tori Dixon. Match point. Polgatova. Hancock. Dialing up Loda. Jones Perry with the kill. And how about the set from Haley Washington that ends the match? Oh, what a difference maker she was in so many ways. And Salt Lake comes into Houston on a 3-match losing streak in the regular season, and they sweep the hottest team in the league. Incredible outcome, and in large part because of the presence of Haley Washington. And there she is.
Incredible match for Salt Lake. I mean, I'm so impressed. Like I said, covering them from last week to this week, what a difference. All around, it was a calm play. Everyone together, the energy was high. The blocking was, I mean, unbelievable. Really set them up well for this huge victory.
And watch the set from Washington. That was her lone assist of the match, and it came on match point. Also had a couple of blocks, 7 kills, hit .350, and had a service ace. Ronnie Jones-Perry had 12 kills. Katie Casanova had 11. Claire Hoffman had 9. And Ronnie Jones-Perry, who had those dozen kills, hit .400, had 8 digs as well, 1 block. 21 swings for Jones-Perry. That was a team high. Only 1 attack error. I should say 27 swings and 1 attack error, and had a dozen kills and hit .400. So Ronnie Jones-Perry, the veteran, and she is with Nicole.
The veteran and star of the day. Congrats on what a match. I mean, talk about how big this win is for your club after going through a little bit of a dry spell there.
Yeah, I'm really proud of our team's fight tonight and the way that we just really stayed the course and stayed present and stayed in the fight the whole night.
Talk about your match. I mean, you elevate so high, you get up there, it's like there's no block able to stop you. What was your mindset coming in tonight, getting the start and stepping in?
I had some technical stuff that I was working on this week, and I tried to just really stay focused on those things, really waiting at the beginning of my approach, you know, some of the just like simple volleyball things, and I think I was able to do that well, and also my teammates were putting me in really good positions.
Yeah, you guys really played well tonight. Was there a focus on the blocking this week as well? You guys, I mean, crushed the numbers tonight with the blocking.
Yeah, I mean, our staff does a really good job giving us a good scouting report, and then just good work throughout the week on some of the technical stuff, like I said. So I'm proud of the way that our team came out and focused on those things and executed well.
Well, congrats on your great match and a great team win tonight for your team, and good luck going forward, and a little shout out here to the fans.
Yeah, the fans are awesome. So great. Thank you, guys.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, even on the road, the fans good. Salt Lake and Ronnie Jones-Perry coming up with a sweep of Houston. Salt Lake outblocked Houston 12-4, and Salt Lake in this match hit .270, whereas Houston hit just .090. So the team that had been playing the best in the league, the champions of the Love Classic, they go down here in their first match at home since back on January the 9th and 10th. It's a sweep for Salt Lake, trying to turn things around. They're now 4-6 in the regular season, and Houston is now 5-4. Our executive producer is Tom Fuhr. For producer Lori Brooks, director and technical director Seth Biley. For Nicole Brana, I'm Rich Burke. That's it from here at the Fort Bend County Epicenter, where Salt Lake comes into town and spoils the party. It's a sweep for Love Salt Lake.